Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be part 3 of my Excel Online series. And today we're going to be talking about the Insert tab on Microsoft Excel Online. So, as you can see up here, we've already clicked on the Insert tab. Doesn't have a whole lot of bells and whistles here, but we'll just get through it. So right here is a pivot table. The thing is, pivot tables are kind of their own sort of beast on their own. So we're not going to be discussing this because this is a basics of Excel tutorial. We go here to table, and it's very similar. If you've seen the other episodes earlier on this series, you'll know exactly what this table does. So it basically creates a table. We have a range here from Senegal going down to 48. So click OK. This creates a table there, and there are other ways to do this. You can create a table from home, or you can basically use some shortcuts. So we can add pictures. You can add pictures from this device. Look for stock images, or you can just search on the web and you can include images on your Excel spreadsheet. Yeah. So that's basically pictures. Again, you can upload them from your device, stock images, search on the web. It's pretty easy. So if you just click on this device, you can see I have a bunch of images here, but they're sort of unrelated project I've been working on. But yeah, you can insert shapes. For example, you can click rectangle, and here it will show up as a rectangle. So under the change shape feature, you can choose rectangles, basic shapes, block arrows, equations, plus, minus, times, plus, or divided, flowchart, and well, these are some interesting things. I think that let's try one of those. Yeah, so it's just basically a rhombus, pretty much. We can just change the shade again, and then we can just change it to a star and flower. And of course, if we want to delete it, we can just hit the backspace. So that shapes for it. Now over here, we have the various different graphs that can be used. So here we have basically a clustered column graph, which is basically a bar graph. Now it's listed Senegal. The header name is Senegal, so the chart's name is Senegal. It just basically goes through each element. So there's number 1 here. This corresponds to HDI because it's less than 1. 2, GDP per billions. 3, ease of doing business rank, 1 to 23. 4, financial states, 5, and so forth. As you can see here, the number 6 has a really high bar. That's because the 6th entry in a GDP per capita is 1,428. Now together, these numbers don't really mean anything useful because again, they're not comparing the same thing. Now, if on the other hand we were to say, do something like this, and compare just HDI, we inserted, sorry, hang on, if I did this, let's see if this works, hang on. So let's see what happens when we do. So we selected these. Let's go to clustered column. And we can show the HDIs of each of these in a meaningful context. So Senegal has the lowest HDI, Benin has a second, Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria similar, and Ghana is up pretty high. So again, we're going to move on. We're going to have some more graphs to show you. So there's a line graph here. Again, it shows you Senegal here, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Ghana, and Benin. It's not very useful because again, there's separate categories. Then we have pie chart. Again, this could be also kind of useful. We see that Senegal has, well, actually in this particular case, it's not that useful. So what we're going to go ahead is we're going to do GDP per capita. It's not going to, probably not going to show up under which country it is, but it will just show us which share it is, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so it just got labeled column 1, 2, 3, 4. I think light blue was Senegal, but we're gonna have to label these somehow. So, problem is, how do you exactly label them? We can figure that out later. Let's see, hang on. Okay, so clustered bar graph. Again, we have this series 1, 1, 2, 3. I believe we can edit them here. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. It's basically if you have. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. So you can just control click to select new rows. Sorry for that little hiccup there, but basically, so we have a pie chart. We have Senegal. It doesn't show us any numbers here, but there should be a way to kind of format. Let's see. Chart legend series. Okay, so put in data. Okay, it doesn't show us the numbers here, but there is a way to show up numbers. Show numbers. Actually, no. on. I didn't do a GDP, I did GDP per capita, but anyway, that should be fine. I mean, I didn't do whole GDP. I don't think I put GDP, whole GDP on here anyway, but anyway, so I'm just going to go back. I'm going to highlight this row again. Over here you can see that there's a scatter plot. Again, you can see series 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I gotta... This makes more sense to do it like this. Okay, so that's a little bit weird. Just decided to do that. Yeah, for now we'll just keep going with HDI. Yeah, and I'll probably make another video just clarifying how charts work in Excel Online. It should be maybe like a half episode, so I'll just be working on that. But right now I just want to get through this video first. So we have scatter only markers, we have waterfall, and we see how basically they sort of step up, and it's a sort of an interesting graph. I haven't seen this graph personally before, but yeah, it's just very interesting. So let's try to re-highlight everything here. And let's see, okay. And then of course there's some more graphs here. You know, so you have column graphs, you have pie graph, you have a donut graph, which is interesting enough. And here it does just show us the list of countries that each average GDP per capita. Again, it's not really useful because it's GDP per capita, it's not actually GDP. Actually, no, I just realized that there's a GDP billions here. So this would actually help make a good comparison. So let's go back to donut. You can see that Nigeria has the vast majority of the GDP. It doesn't show the numbers here, of course, but I'll make another video about charts in Excel Online. Okay, and then we have a link. So just click on here. We can add. Click on here. We can add a link. We have display text Senegal. We can just say, okay, we want to do www.google.com, and it will show up as a link here. It will take us to Google. We can just click on undo if we want to do that. New comment. Again, we can just add a comment anywhere we like. So, for example, well, we're gonna have to click on the box first and then add new comments. So I could say hello. And then it'll just leave comment here. So we're going to delete this text box. Basically what it says, it's like some sort of text box. Basically it just puts it over on the Excel spreadsheet. So we can just say hello world. And we can just delete everything. And then click Control Z to get rid of it. Text box. Finally we have add-ins. Again, this is not really important. I mean, they're sort of like add-ons, but you need to go to the Office store to get them, so they're not really useful for our kind of free online Microsoft Excel. But yeah, anyway, so that's the end of this video. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully dealing with the charts more effectively. So take care.